Hey everybody, look what I have. iPhone 10. So this is a quick unboxing. So you have here the usual papers and shit. And then this is the phone. Ooh. Okay, so I'll put the phone aside first. Let's look at what's here. So you have, these are probably earbuds. Oh, these are traditional earbuds? With a lightning adapter. Power outlet, lightning cable, that's it. So as far as unboxing, pretty boring unboxing, but you know, it's about this. So let's get to my favorite part. So let's power up the device. So you have to hold two buttons to power up the device, apparently. Yep. So anyway, I'm gonna play around with this. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back with the iPhone 10. So I used it for about 2 hours. These are my impressions. So first of all, if you watch my videos, you know I'm an Android guy. I'm not a big fan of iOS. And you know, it's not like I've never given iOS the chance. I actually own an iPad Pro and I used the iPhone 3G, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, all the way up to iPhone 6 actually, before I jumped to Android. So I do know how to use iOS, I'm just not a fan. So first things first, one of the things I don't like about iOS is there is no back button. So I don't like that if I'm saying Instagram stories. If I want to back out now, the X is all the way up on the upper right corner. And you know, this might not be a big deal if you're like an American dude and you're always in like vast empty space. But I'm in Hong Kong where it's really tight and I'm on public transport a lot. So earlier I was on a train and I'm holding a phone with one hand. So I can't reach this X unless you turn on reachability, which is you swipe down from the bar to bring down the home screen. This is kind of awkward, right? So then you can reach the upper right corner. And even then, that's a weird setup, right? It's just a lot more easier on Android with a back button. But otherwise, going back home is easy. You already know this if you know, because my video is not one of the first ones or anything. So you already know that you swipe up from the bar to go back home. Or if you want to go to overview to check out all your apps, you swipe up halfway and then you stop. And then from here, you will get to see all your apps. Apparently, you can even jump between apps. Yep, you can. You can jump between apps by just holding this bar right here. So that's pretty useful. So looking at the hardware, you have a 5.8 inch OLED panel sourced by Samsung. The phone's actually a little bit thick. This is the LG V30. So you put the LG V30 side by side with the iPhone 10. The LG V30 is thinner. This is the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. They're about the same thickness. So as you can already see right now, the iPhone 10 has a pretty big camera bump. It's actually kind of ugly if you ask me. I'm not a big fan of the back of the iPhone 10. I think if you look at a phone like the Huawei Mate 10 Pro, it's a lot more elegant looking than the iPhone 10. But otherwise, if you ignore the back, the front looks amazing. I don't care about the notch. So at the bottom, you have the lightning port, speaker grills. Right here is volume rocker, and the switch to toggle silent mode or volume on. And right here, it's a supposedly a power button, but Apple doesn't call it a power button anymore. Apple's calling it a side button. So what you do is, when you long press this button, it'll bring up Siri. If you want to turn off the phone, you'll have to long press the side button with the lower volume rocker like this to do this. So you have to press two buttons at once to turn off the phone. So yes. Let's talk about Face ID. It works. The hype is legit. It lives up to the hype. So first of all, one of the good things is I was worried that iPhone would still make you press a button to unlock your phone, which is so damn dated. But nope, you get to turn on the phone. Let me turn this off. You get to turn on the phone by just one tap, and then it already unlocked. And once unlocked, you still have to swipe up to unlock the phone fully. So it's a little bit annoying to me. I prefer if it just unlocks automatically like on LG V30. So see right there, LG V30, I didn't have to touch the screen at all. Once it picked up my face, it unlocks. Now granted, I'm pretty sure the iPhone 10's Face ID is a hell lot more secure than LG V30's Face Unlock, because this just uses a 2D map of your face, whereas the iPhone 10 uses they call it true depth camera that shoots like 30,000 dots into your face to map it. I mean, that's how they map your face, so then apparently only 1 in a million people can unlock the phone with similar facial features unless you have a twin. So another cool thing of this, they call it true depth camera. Let me look it up. Yes, true depth camera is that after it maps your face, you can do a bunch of cool shit like animojis. I mean, you already know about animojis probably, so you just have to hit the A button. Okay, so I have to put in a number first before it will let me turn on Animoji. So you can I'll pick a dog, or okay, let's pick a cat, and then from here, it's picking out my face right now. So I don't know if you can see, if I'm talking, my mouth is moving right now actually. So I can record a message. Hello? Yes? Testing the Animoji? Yes, sir. I'm gonna make some facial expressions. And then after that I record it, I can play it, I believe.
Fresh boys on the track.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna make some facial expressions. So that's pretty cool. Yes. Testing the emoji. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure lots of females will love this, and to be honest, I'll use it too if I'm gonna send it to my girlfriend for fun. You know, I'm not gonna send this to another dude. So now about this display, this is a Samsung panel, but Apple's obviously tweaked it a little bit, and it looks beautiful. It's definitely one of the best displays out there. But I must say that in terms of just bezel-less design, it doesn't really blow me away, because I already have like all these other phones that looks pretty damn good too. So let's go into Instagram story somewhere. So if you look at both phones right now, they look pretty even in terms of impressiveness. If you factor in the notch, the LG V30's design holds up very well. It's not like, you know, the bottom bezel is a little bigger, but it's not a big of a deal really. And obviously, if the Huawei Mate 10 looks pretty good too next to it. Huawei Mate 10's probably not as impressive as the LG V30. And then let's check out the Samsung Galaxy S8. So yeah, it's, even though the Samsung Galaxy S8 has top and bottom bezels, it's not like it looks inferior really to the iPhone 10. So iPhone 10, it looks really cool, but it doesn't really blow me away. Especially that it doesn't, you look at Instagram story, there's like these giant gray bars at the bottom and at the top. I don't know why they do that. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't fill up the whole screen. So to bring down the notification shade, you swipe from the middle. If you swipe from the top right, you bring down this, I think Apple calls it control panel, and then from here you can set your screen brightness, volume, and all that. Another cool thing is when you're on the lock screen, you can 3D touch the camera to immediately go into the camera, because now I don't believe you can swipe anymore. Nope, you can't swipe. Well, because if you swipe and it's unlocked, it might accidentally unlock your phone. So you swipe to the right, left of the home screen, you get this widget tray. So another thing I don't like about iOS is, look at the apps. They have to stay on the top. Like, you know, Android lets you put your app anywhere. So if I want, I can put this damn app all the way up here if I want, but I can bring it down here. I like everything down below so I can reach it easily with one hand, again, because I have to one-hand the phone a lot when you live in a big city. Ask any New Yorker, same thing. So on the iPhone, everything has to be up top, so some of the apps are hard to reach unless I do that stupid reachability again. Okay, you know I gotta do my usual test. So the good thing about YouTube is when you're on YouTube, you see when you're playing video, there's letterboxing, but you can bring it out to fill up the whole screen. But when you do that, then the notch cuts into it, but I don't really care. This display, beautiful. Look at the pitch black. Viewing angle is excellent. There is no blue tint like you would get on the Pixel 2 XL or the LG V30. So let's check out the volume. You do get stereo speakers on this phone. So this is 50%, so volume is really good. This is more full with better bass than on most of my Android devices. So let's check out full volume. Okay, yeah, full volume gets really loud, so this speaker is excellent. So yeah, the notch doesn't really bother me. This looks good. So this phone runs on an A11 chip, which I don't even need to test. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fast, super fast, and just kicks the butt of all the Android phones, because Apple develops its chipset and software and hardware all in-house at once. So when you do that, you're gonna get a more smooth and synchronized performance than on Android, which basically Samsung makes the phone, but then Samsung doesn't make Android, so then Samsung has to adapt Android into its phone. So now let's talk about the camera. You might have noticed I haven't really mentioned the specs. That's because of Apple products, it's never really about the specs. So the cameras, they're 12 megapixel shooters, only f2.4 aperture, so that's pretty, you know, if you go by just numbers, f2.4 it's pretty bad compared to what's on the LG V30. But with Apple, it's never about specs, because they develop everything in-house and they optimize everything with software. And I found that the iPhone X's camera, it's excellent. Definitely one of the best shooters out there. I'm gonna have photo samples compared with the Galaxy Note 8 and the LG V30 and the Huawei Mate 10. So let's look at the camera app really quick. You open it up, you have photo, video, slow-mo, time-lapse. I mean, if you use an iPhone before, it's the same shit. You do get that 2x zoom button as usual. Portrait mode. Portrait mode, this time around, you get to choose lighting. And the results are pretty impressive, and it works with selfies too. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for a bit and just let the photo samples speak for themselves.
Fresh boys on the track. Fresh boys on the track.
So a lot of apps have already been optimized for the iPhone X. So when you open it up, it fills up the entire screen. That means you'll see that notch stick out right there. Again, I don't care. I think it's pretty cool. But other apps doesn't support it. So other apps, like including the camera app, when you open it, you just get these giant black bars on the top and bottom, as if you're using like an iPhone 8 with the giant ass bezels. So again, I wish Instagram stories would fill up the entire screen. I don't know why the decision to do this, but iPhones, if you use iPhones before, you know that the input lag is a lot less. Well, not a lot less. It's a little bit less than on Android. So you notice it a little bit when if you're very picky and you have really sharp eyes when you're swiping. It's just a little bit smoother on the iPhone X than it is on the Android device. So that's it for now. I'm going to be testing this phone in LA. I'm going to LA tomorrow, by the way. So I'm gonna test this phone in LA for a little bit, and then I will be back with more reviews and more photo comparisons and all that. So this is the iPhone X.